Thanks for waiting.
Okay, so I'm just going to have James get ready, so we'll be live in a minute. No, we're live now. All right, we're live. Lisa, please go ahead.
Okay, I'll call this hearing to order. Good evening. My name is Lisa Gillen, and I'd like to introduce you to the other members of the Land Division Committee, Craig Pettit, Liz Danielson, Pat Kennedy, and Bill Blakes. This evening, our first item of business is to elect a chair and vice chair for the 2021 Land Division Committee. I will now call for nominations for chair. Liz?
I'd like to nominate Craig Pettit as chair of the committee.
Craig,
Craig, accept?
Yes, I would accept that.
Okay.
is there a seconder for that?
I'll second it.
Oh,
Okay, so moved by Liz Danielson, seconded by Bill Blakes. Oops, I have the wrong resolution. Sorry, one moment. Be it resolved that the undersigned members of the Land Division Committee for the County of Haliburton certify that the following constitutes our decision to appoint a chair of the Land Division Committee for the 2021 calendar year, and further that Craig Pettit be appointed as chair of the Land Division Committee for the 2021 calendar year. Okay, all in favor? Okay. And then I will now call for nominations for vice chair.
I'll nominate Liz Danielson.
Liz, do you accept?
Yes, I will.
Okay, do we have a seconder? Pat?
Craig Pettit seconds.
Okay, I think we got Pat there. So moved by Bill Blake, seconded by Pat Kennedy. Be it resolved that the undersigned members of the Land Division Committee for the County of Haliburton certify that the following constitutes our decision to appoint a vice chair of the Land Division Committee for the 2021 calendar year, and further that Liz Danielson be appointed as vice chair of the Land Division Committee for the 2021 calendar year. All in favor?
Craig Pettit's in favor.
Okay. All right. So I will now turn the balance of the meeting over to Chair Craig Pettit to continue with the meeting.
Okay, thank you. The purpose of this hearing is to give the applicant or authorized agent the opportunity to discuss their application with the committee and to respond to the written submissions which have been received. It is also an opportunity for the committee to broaden our understanding of the application by asking questions. Members of the public who are participating virtually may also make oral submissions to the committee. The procedure we use in this hearing is to hear the applications in the same order as they were received in our office. Our Secretary-Treasurer will introduce each application, and our Director of Planning will provide a planning brief. When participants register for the meeting, the file number of the applications they have been interested in was noted by the staff. Participants wishing to take part in the hearing will be admitted virtually to the Land Division Committee meeting. Participants will be provided 5 minutes to speak to the committee. As the chair, I will then ask each member of the committee by name if they have any questions. We'll now proceed with the agenda for this evening's meeting. Additions to the agenda?
There are none.
Declarations of interest? Okay. Now, I can't hear anybody on any of the other members. I can hear Lisa.
yeah, there are none.
Okay. Adoption of the minutes. Could we have a mover and a seconder, please?
I so move.
You have a choice.
We'll say Pat moved.
Lisa, may I just ask that since you can see the other members, if you could maybe just have the mover and the seconder, because you can see them, so that Craig can hear. If
So
you
I
could
just
name.
state who they are.
Just so Craig, because Craig can't see them, that
Sure.
might be helpful to Craig. So he would know that it was moved by, say, Bill Blakes or seconded by Pat Kennedy.
Okay, so we'll say
Thank you.
moved by Pat Kennedy and seconder, Liz Danielson. Okay, seconded by Liz Danielson.
Okay, I'll now ask our Secretary Treasurer to read the motion, please.
So moved
Can you
by,
hear me, Lisa?
yep, sorry, I just had to get to the right spot in the document. Moved by
Okay.
Pat Kennedy, seconded by Liz Danielson. Be it resolved that the minutes of the Land Division Committee held December 14th, 2020 be approved as printed and circulated.
All right, all in favor? Liz
Aye.
Danielson,
Yes,
Pat Kennedy,
Yes.
Bill Blakes,
Bill's on mute, one sec.
you're on mute, Bill.
There you go.
Can you read my lips? There we go.
Not quite.
Yeah, no, I'd regret
Okay,
it. So I had the same problem as you did, Craig, so, but anyway, I second it, or third it, or whatever.
okay, yeah, that's my fault. I should have been onto this sooner, but anyway, okay, motion carried. I will now ask our Secretary Treasurer, Lisa Gillen, to introduce the applications for this evening's hearing. If you would, please, Lisa.
Okay, first we have item 7.1, which is file H-020 of 20. The applicant is Sharon Steinberg. Location of the property, part of Lot 11, Concession 5, Geographic Township of Glamorgan, now in the municipality of Highlands East. The purpose of the application is a lot addition to abutting lands.
Okay, Charlesie, would you give us a brief on this?
Sure. So this application is located on Concho Lake in the municipality of Highlands East. This is not a lake trout lake. It is not an at capacity lake. And what we're looking at doing is severing a small parcel of land around a structure, which has inadvertently crossed the property line. And the purpose of the application is really a lot addition to correct the encroachment. And I know the agent for the applicant is here and may have some further information to provide us. But that's really the summary of it. It's a lot addition to correct an encroachment.
Okay, this is one of Kim's, is it?
It is, yes, and I brought Kim into the meeting, should you wish to hear from her.
Okay, Kim, if you would give us a brief overview of what the intentions are, please.
Sure. Thank you, Chair Pettit. This is a pretty straightforward application. We have a case where a garage was constructed over the lot line. And in the course of a survey we were undertaking for the benefiting landowner for a short allowance survey, we found that the hydro pole was not the lot line on this case. So yes, so we're essentially resolving an encroachment. The landowners have kind of gone through a court process to resolve it, and we're handling a severance for them. I've reviewed the proposed conditions that are in the planning report, and we have no issues with them.
Good, thank you. Any questions from the committee? Liz Danielson,
No questions.
Pat Kennedy,
No questions.
Bill Blakes.
No questions.
All right, and Lisa, would you read the motion, please?
We, the undersigned members of Land Division Committee for the County of Haliburton, certify that the following constitutes our decision to the consent application described below. Application H-020 of 20, owner Sharon Steinberg. Location of the property, part of Lot 11, Concession 5, Geographic Township of Glamorgan, now in the municipality of Highlands East. Purpose of application, lot addition. That provisional consent be granted, having had regard to the matters required by the Planning Act, and in particular matters of provincial interest, the municipality's official plan and zoning bylaw, and having determined that a plan of subdivision is not necessary for the proper and orderly development of the municipality.
Okay, thank you. So, all in favor for this motion that provisional consent be granted? Liz Danielson,
Yes,
Pat Kennedy,
Yes.
Bill Blakes.
Yes.
Thank you. Motion carried.
So next we have two applications that are connected to each other. So items 7.2 and 7.3, file H-021 of 20, applicant Carrie and Doreen Howe, location of the property lot 16, plan 334, geographic township of Stanhope, now in the township of Algonquin Highlands. And file number H-022 of 20, applicant Paul and Cindy Miller, location of the property lot 15, plan 334, geographic township of Stanhope, now in the township of Algonquin Highlands. Purpose of both applications is easement for right-of-way.
Okay, Charlesie, if you'd give us a brief, please.
Sure, I'll provide a summary, and as I mentioned, Kim Roberts is here as well. We have one of each of the property owners as well who may wish to speak. So I'll just remind you after I give my high-level summary. This application is, I guess this would be H-021. The purpose of the application is to sever a small parcel of land, which is for the purpose of a right-of-way, to allow the right-of-way to exist over an existing driveway that is being used. And the other application, which is the H-022, is to continue that driveway to the next parcel. So what I believe has happened, and I will let Kim elaborate on this, is the driveway has an existing right-of-way, but it wasn't actually built where the right-of-way is located. So it's almost a swap of they're going to do a quick claim on the previous right-of-way and allow a right-of-way over the actual traveled portion of the driveway between three property owners. So I'll let maybe Kim, sorry, go ahead, Kim, if you have further description.
That's it. That's pretty much it. So in this case, there was a surveyed right-of-way over the properties. And when you're looking at the sketch, which is a little more convoluted than they usually are, that's kind of shown in the blue. Where the driveway is actually constructed now is not entirely situated on that property. So our firm has gone out and we've surveyed the existing location of the driveway, and we're going to grant rights of way over each of the subsequent landowners to service the second and then the third lot in. So everybody has a legal right of way where the driveway sits, and where previous rights of way have been registered over the property where the driveway does not actually sit. It's my understanding the landowners are going through a legal agreement to have those specific rights of way removed from title. So we'll just have this one single right of way servicing through here, and then essentially tidying up title for everyone, more or less. So I'm happy to answer any questions that the committee might have. And I know Mr. Howe, who is one of the landowners, is here, and Mr. Farmer, who's the ultimate at the very end of the road, the final benefiting landowner who will get a deeded right of way over both of the other lots, are here as well.
Okay, thanks, Kim. Okay, to the property owners, if either of you would wish to make comments, please introduce yourself and go ahead.
All right, so I'm going to allow, I have Carrie Howe, H-021, and I've asked them to unmute, *6. Go ahead, you're unmuted.
Sorry, there was a voice cutting me out, so I didn't hear the question.
We're just asking if you have any comments you would like to make related to this file, that's all.
Not specifically. I think Kim summed it up fairly nicely there. There will be some legal work to do once this hopefully gets approved to extinguish the old registered right-of-way, which will be done through a legal process. But that's all I wanted to add.
Okay, thank you.
And then I have Stephen Farmer. I'll ask you to unmute. There you are.
Here I am. Everything sounds fine. No comments for me. All looks good. Thank you, though.
Okay, thank you. Any questions or comments from the committee? Liz Danielson?
I have seen this application in Algonquin Highlands already. I did find the sketch a little bit convoluted. But it seems clear what the intent is. Guess I just wanted to make sure that all parties are satisfied with how this is being handled, and it sounds like you are. Just double checking that everybody's good with the plan.
Okay, thanks. Pat Kennedy,
No questions.
Bill Blakes.
No questions.
All right, thank you. Okay, We'll
Mr.
ask
Chair,
Lisa
may we ask Kim if she has any questions related to the conditions?
all right, go ahead.
I'm sorry, I should have mentioned that previously. We've reviewed the conditions on the planning reports and we're satisfied with them. There's no concerns on our end. Thanks.
All right, could we have a motion then, Lisa, please?
So should I read both at the same time?
I would do one and then the other, please.
Okay. So for application H-021 of 20, owner Carrie and Doreen Howe, location of the property lot 16, plan 334, geographic township of Stanhope, now in the township of Algonquin Highlands. Purpose of the application, easement for right-of-way, decision that provisional consent be granted.
Okay. All in favor? Liz Danielson,
Aye.
Pat Kennedy,
Yes.
Bill Blakes.
Yes.
Okay, motion carried.
And then application H-022 of 20, owner Paul and Cindy Miller, location of the property lot 15, plan 334, geographic township of Stanhope, now in the township of Algonquin Highlands. Purpose of the application is easement for right-of-way, and the decision is that provisional consent be granted.
All right, all in favor? Liz Danielson,
Yes.
Pat Kennedy,
Yes.
Bill Blakes.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Thank you, Kim. I'm going to put you back down.
Thank you. Have a nice night.
Yes, you too.
Okay, are we ready to
You're
continue?
good to go. Yes, thank you.
Okay, correspondence and information. None. We have reports, statistics, December 2020. Do we have a mover and a seconder, please, to accept that?
I so move.
Okay, moved by Liz Danielson, seconder Pat Kennedy.
Okay, if you would read the motion, please, Lisa.
Sure. So be it resolved that the Land Division Committee receives the following reports for information purposes. 8.1 statistics, December 2020.
All right, all in favor? Liz Danielson,
Yes.
Pat Kennedy,
Yes.
Bill Blakes.
Yes.
Thank you. Motion carried. All right, any other business? Charlesy?
No, I'm good. Thank you.
Okay, we don't need to go into closed session.
No.
All right, the next meeting will be April 12th, 2021. And now, if we could have a mover and a seconder for adjournment, please.
No meeting in March?
No, we don't have any files that would be ready at that time.
Okay.
However, be prepared for a number of files in April
Okay.
because they all came in at the same time.
What day was that? April 7th?
12.
Well,
Oh. Okay.
okay, could we have a mover and a seconder for adjournment, please, if there's no other business?
I'll move adjournment.
Okay, moved by Bill Blakes, seconded by Pat Kennedy. Be it resolved that the Land Division Committee meeting of February 8th, 2021 be hereby adjourned at 7:22 p.m.
Okay, all in favor? Liz Danielson,
I'm in favor.
Pat Kennedy,
Yep.
Bill Blakes.
Yeah, me too.
Okay, motion carried. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. Have a good night.
Thanks.
Thanks,
Bye,
Everyone
everybody.
have a good evening.
Night.
All right.
Bye.